My dear brothers and sisters, yesterday in the Gospel, we heard Jesus talking to his apostles about not making themselves obstacles to other people. He also taught them about being forgiving people, to be able to forgive others their sins, and also the gift of faith, to ask for the gift of faith, because they actually asked for the gift of faith, and Jesus told them the importance of faith, the faith that can move mountains. And today, we hear Jesus telling them about one other important virtue, the virtue of humility. And in the time of Jesus, this parable could be well understood, because to be a master and a slave, it's not like what we have today. It was really distinct. Somebody who was a master and a slave. A slave had to serve the master till, he had to do everything for the master. And especially the time of the Romans, a slave was considered nobody. He had to stand and wait. Like if he had to serve somebody with food, so if a slave had to serve a master with food, he had to stand there and wait to make sure that the master was eating, and if something was dropping, he had to pick it up. If the master needed anything, he had to bring it to him and make sure that the master was super comfortable. So that is the way the relationship between the slaves and the masters was at that time. Not like today, where the master the owner of the house could even be eating with the servants. There would be no problem. At times even the servants are eating before the master nowadays. But it was not like that. So the context was this, that Jesus is talking about the slave and the master relationship of his time. So a slave goes to plow in the farm or mind the sheep, and once he comes back, he would have to do everything again for the master. And again, in the end, it was his duty. This is what Jesus talks about and compares to the way we are supposed to serve God. That in the end, we only say we are unprofitable servants. We only did our duty. What does that mean? As we serve God, we have to realize that the things that we do for Him are nothing compared with the thing that God is doing for us. And so when we serve God, it is not something, and that's why I call humility, that we'll be expecting that once we come back, we'll be praised for what we do. We'll be rewarded for what we are doing. We'll be thanked for what we are doing. We will be appreciated for what we are doing. And that is, today it is so pronounced that we feel to serve God is a career, or that is a duty. Once we do, no, it is not supposed to be a duty or a career. It's not something that we have to earn. The slaves of the time, maybe they serve like that because at the end of the month they will get a salary. Or even today, people will serve because they know at the end of the month they get a salary. But it is not to be with us who are serving. All of us, by virtue of our baptism, we have become slaves of Christ. The letter of St. Paul to the Colossians, chapter 3, from verse 23 to 24, says that in whatever thing we say or do, we must do it not like for God, for men, but for God. We are serving God, and our view is God and God alone. So we are not serving the people of this world so that we'll be thanked or that we'll be appreciated. Whenever we serve, whatever thing we do, we must realize we are doing for the Lord. And our reward is not with what people are going to give us. So again, our service is not a career. It's not something that makes us to earn a salary or to get some money or whatever. No. Our salary, our reward is not in this world, it is in the world to come. And therefore, when we serve, it doesn't matter how hard the work is, in the end we only have to say this: we are more than privileged to be able to serve God. It's actually a privilege that we serve God. It is not a duty. It is not like just a responsibility that we feel, oh God, what am I doing? Or I'm tired and all that. No, we are so privileged. It is a privilege for us Christians, and we must begin to see the service that we render to one another not as a duty, but as a privilege that we have been given by God Himself to be able to serve. Because in serving others, we are truly serving God. And that's why it says at the end, we only say we are merely servants. We have done just what is our duty. We have done with all the happiness and with all the joy that which we have been privileged to do. And therefore, my dear brothers and sisters, let us remember again that our call as Christians is a call to serve. Serving in humility, knowing that we have a master who loves us. It's not the master who would want us to suffer, but the master who loves us and wants us to be in His presence at all times. And let us therefore serve with love at every given opportunity.